which 12 people were attacked. So the story is Shane and Carl, they make it back to the farm and Walker's surrounded. So as Walker's surround, they end up grabbing on to the first person they see. Herschel and everybody else is starting to shoot and fire with their life. As Lee and Kenny get the RV started and the truck's moving, the first person to get bitten is Jimmy. He gets grabbed and eaten alive. Who's the other person? Damn, T-Dog? Fuck. And then after that, T-Dog ends up running to the RV, trying to save Jimmy. He fires at a couple of walkers, and a zombified Jimmy reaches up, bites T-Dog on the arm, and other walkers bite on the back of his neck and start tearing him apart. After that, others see this and start saying, fuck, we gotta leave. And that's when Larry, Lily, and Sophia get in a truck, and this is what happens. Fuck, Shane? Okay, well, as Lily, Larry, and Sophia are in the truck, they're waiting for others. Shane and Carl tried to make it back, and Shane is grabbed along the way as Carl is watching this, and he runs back to his mom, and he turns back to look at Shane. Shane is being ripped apart and eaten alive by the walkers, along with T-Dog and Jimmy. Damn, Lori! So after that, Carl runs to his mom, and as he makes it to Lori, she's like, oh my god, Carl, are you okay? Where's Shane? And he's like, Shane was eaten alive, and Lori's like, oh god. And so she runs to the RV with Carl, and as Carl and Lori run to the RV, she sees T-Dog and Jimmy being eaten alive, and as she tries to turn around, one of the walkers grab her by her hair and start ripping into her, eating her in front of Carl. That's when Carl runs back inside to Herschel, and Herschel, Kenny, and Lee are fighting for their lives, trying to get the fuck out. Okay, let me get these four. So, Jimmy's the first one to die. T-Dog's the second to die. Shane is the third to die. And Lori dies. Alright, that's 4 people. We need a few more. Go for it. Shit, Morales? Damn. Okay. As Carl is inside with Herschel fighting, Morales is trying to back his family up. And as he's trying to back his family up, a walker comes out from the side of nowhere and tackles him. As it tackles him, he is trying to hold it off with the best he can, but the walker has his arm on his stomach and basically rips his stomach open, kind of like the Dale's death in season 2. But Morales gets Dale's death. He has his stomach ripped, and Morales can't hold on anymore, and so the walker continues to eat him. Damn. Okay, so Katya is our 5th. Kenny's wife. So Kenny, Lee, Carol, Doug and Carly, and Duck and Katya are all trying to run to the RV, but unfortunately they can't because they see the aftermath. So Kenny's like, fuck, we gotta run. So they run, go back to Herschel's farm, and they continue to fight, and they fight, and they fight. Kenny takes his family to the truck where Larry, Lily, and Sophia are, and he tells Larry to get the fuck out, get his family. Larry, Lily, Sophia, Katya, and Duck, they go to drive off, and as they are driving off, a walker grabs onto the back of the truck and starts grabbing at Katya and Duck. She uses her feet to kick the walkers, but one of the walkers grabbed on to her foot and bites it. And as it is biting her foot, Duck is trying to hit the walker off, but the walker continues to climb on. So Katya pushes Duck, jumps off of the truck, breaks her ankle, and as she is trying to get up, a group of walkers come up behind her and eat her alive. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. So, Morales gets eaten, and Katya gets eaten. Okay. We only got 5. Shit. Who's our 6? Fuck, it's Dale. Damn. So, as Dale is at the house with Herschel, Carl, and the rest of the group, he had just seen Morales get grabbed and eaten, and so he knocks the walker off of Morales. Morales is already dead, and Dale continues to fire with Herschel. Walkers are getting closer, and the walkers that were in the barn, since we never opened it, they break out of the barn, and that's when we see a zombified Lewis. Yes, a zombified Lewis, which was Morales and Miranda's son. As he comes out, they all get closer and closer to Herschel's house, which is forcing the rest of the group to get back. And so while they're getting back, Herschel is fighting and fighting, the rest of the group is fighting. They start breaking in from all sides of the house, break in from the side of the house, break into the back door, and one of the walkers had broken into the side of the house where Dale was shooting out of and pulls Dale out of the window, Doug style. Pulls him out the window and they start eating him. And the group is mortified. They're all fighting for their life. They're all screaming at each other. They're all trying to get the fuck out and live. That is 6 characters so far. Okay. So now Dale's out. Who is our 7th? Damn! Carly? Alright, like I said, the group is still in the house. They're fighting. Everybody just saw, what's it called? Dale get out. Dale get grabbed. And Carly is shooting and fighting. And the rest of the group is like, shit, we're running low on ammo. What do we do? So the rest of the group starts pushing out the back door. And while they're pushing out the back door, Carly ends up shooting and firing at the walkers until one of the walkers grab her by her ankle. And as she's being grabbed by her ankle, Kenny starts shooting to save her, and he does. He saves Carly. And as they are making it out the back door, the walkers are already fully inside of the house, and some of the group had to retreat upstairs. As they retreat upstairs, Carly is once again grabbed, but this time on the staircase, and while she's on the staircase, she gets grabbed and she falls backwards into the horde of walkers and she gets torn apart. Okay. Damn. she is dead. Alright. Who is our 7th character? Or who is our 8th? Sean. Shit, okay. Now it's Sean. Herschel's son. So, while he's helping his father fight with Lee and Kenny, they continue to push out the back door after watching their friends get torn apart, and they're trying to get out. Sean ends up shoving his father Herschel and shuts the door on them. Herschel is trying to push, but Sean continues to shoot and fire at the walkers, and he fights as hard as he can. While he's fighting as hard as he can, the walkers eventually catch up to him, bite him, and push him onto the door where Herschel and the others cannot get through to him, and is eaten alive. Damn. Okay, who is our 9th character? Doug. Damn. Alright. Okay. As the group is outside, the RV is surrounded in walkers and they cannot get out. Larry makes a full turnaround circle and has Lily, Sophia, and Duck in the car. Kenny, Carol, and Carl are getting into the truck, and they start to leave, and before they could start to leave, they see they see a walker grab Larry as Lily is fighting off. Well, as Lily is shooting through the passenger seat, she sees a walker grab onto her father and bite him on the neck. And she shoots the walker. Larry is like, "Son of a bitch, I've been bitten." And Lily's like, it's okay, just put pressure on the wound. And Kenny and the others are like, Lily, that is not good. We gotta get him out. He's bitten. Lily's like, "This is my father. Fuck you guys." And so she gets in the driver's seat and she starts to speed away until one person is accidentally standing in front of the truck. Fucking hell. Shit. Lily accidentally runs over Patricia. She is hit under the car, and walkers are following the truck. They see a dead Patricia and eat her as she's, I guess, breathing. So, Lily, Kenny, Duck, Herschel, and Larry are in a truck, and they drive away and make it to safety. But while on the way of leaving, they turn around and they look behind them, and there is one person who they see get eaten for the last time before they leave. Fucking hell, Andrea. Damn. They got everybody. Shit, man. Alright. So let's see how this is gonna work. Okay. So, like I said, they were in the place, and Doug got grabbed after Sean. After Sean, they got into the truck. Larry got bit. After Larry got bit, then Patricia gets ran over. And after Patricia gets ran over, they look behind them and they see Andrea. Okay, so that is the 12 deaths that we got. Holy shit. Okay. And of course, Larry dies along the way while having a bite stain, and basically Lily has to put him out, kick him out the truck, and the group leaves. So this is how the group is put together. So now we got Lily, who is in the truck, who has Duck, Kenny, Sophia, Carl, Carol, Miranda, and Eliza. And as for the others who ran away into the woods and escaped, was Lee, Jim, Herschel. Lee is helping Herschel along with Jim, and Otis is keeping Beth alive. Merle and Daryl are keeping Maggie alive. And so, who runs away on their own and gets lost? Lily. So she just ditches everyone? Damn. Okay. Alright, well, I guess she just runs away. Oh yeah, they figured out Lewis died. I think this is with Lori, yeah. They figured out he's dead. So Lily disappears after taking everyone away. So basically, this is what happened. So after killing her father, she basically gets out the truck and says, "Fuck everyone, y'all drive." And is like, what the hell? And so I guess that means Kenny and Carol are in the truck together, and they go and leave, basically. And the rest of it stays the same.